What's up, beautiful people? So tonight we'll be talking about high value men and high value women. So before I get into that conversation, I actually would like to play something for us to listen to, and then we'll just dive into the conversation.
What I want people to know is that don't support the phonies. Support the real. You know what I mean? How can these people be talking about how they so real and they don't care about our communities? How can they be talking about what they all this, the hood, blah, 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 blah. They don't care about our communities. You know what I mean? Listen to the words that people say in their lyrics and tell me if that's some real if that's real to you. You know what I mean? Listen to what they saying. Don't just bob your head to the beat. Peep the game. And listen to what I'm saying and hold us accountable for it. A lot of people, black, white, Mexican, young or old, fat or skinny, have a problem being true to themselves. They have a problem looking in the mirror and looking directly into their own souls. The reason I sell 6 million records, the reason I can go to jail and come out without a scratch, the reason I can walk around, the reason I am who I am today is because I can look directly into my face and find my soul. You know, if I know that in this hotel room they have food every day, and I'm knocking on the door every day to eat, and they open the door, let me see the party, let me see like them throwing salami all over just like throwing food around. They're telling me there's no food in here. You know what I'm saying? Every day, I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is going to change to, we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, give me a food, breaking out the door. And after a year, you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying? It's like you hungry, you reached your level, you don't want any more. We asked 10 years ago. We was asking with the Panthers. We was asking with them, with civil rights movement. We was asking, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. So now what do you think we're going to do? Yes, I am going to say that I'm a thug. That's because I came from the gutter and I'm still here. How can Reagan live in the White House, which has a lot of rooms, and there'd be homelessness? And he's talking about helping homelessness. This is what I mean about practicality. All right, if there's someone homeless in Washington, D.C., if there's homelessness, and he has the White House, which has 1,000 rooms, why can't he take some of them people off the street and put them in his White House? Because he doesn't want to get dirty. The White House would be a little tainted, and when his rich people from Jamaica and everything comes to see him, they'll be, oh, these people, and that's dumb. It's just when you sleep with a good conscience. You don't have nightmares. And hell is when you sleep, the last thing you see is all the fucked up things you did in your life. And you just see it over and over again. Because you don't burn. Because if that's the case, it's hell on earth. Because bullets burn. You know what I mean? It's people that got burned in fires. That means they went to hell already. You know what I mean? All that's here. So what else? What do you got there that we ain't seen here? What, you gonna walk around aimlessly, zombie? Nigga, that's here. You ain't been on the streets lately. You know what I mean? What heaven is, damn, look, we sitting up here in the big screen. It's heaven for the moment. You know what I mean? Hell is jail. I seen that one. Trust me, this is what's real. And all that other shit is to control you. If the churches took half the money that they was making and gave it back to the community, we'd be all right. If they take half the buildings that they use to praise God and gave it to motherfuckers who need God, we'd be all right. We be all right. Have you seen some of these goddamn churches lately? It's ones that take up the whole block in New York. It's homeless people out here. Why ain't God letting them stay here? Why these niggas got gold ceilings and shit? Why God need gold ceilings to talk to me? Why do God need colored windows to talk to me? Why God can't come where I'm at, where he sent me? If God wanted to talk to me in a pretty spot like that, why the hell he sent me here then? You know what I mean? That make ghetto kids not believe in God. Why? We don't need no more rappers. We don't need no more basketball players. No more football players. We need more thinkers. We need more scientists. We need more managers. We need more mathematicians. We need more teachers. We need more people who care. We need more, you know what I'm saying? We need more women, mothers, fathers. We need more of that. We don't need any more entertainers. If you're not dark into this world, it'll turn you dark. You know what I'm saying? And so, if you really have sunshine in you, it's not good to play in the dark. It's just going to extinguish your fire. It's too much money here. I mean, nobody should be hitting lotto for 36 million and we got people starving in the streets. That is not idealistic, that's just real. That is just stupid. There's no way Michael Jackson should have, or whoever Jackson, should have $1,000,000 billion and then there's people starving. There's no way. There's no way. These people should own planes and their people don't have houses, apartments, shacks, drawers, pants. I know you're rich. I know you got $40 billion, but can you just keep it to one house? You only need one house. And if you only got 2 kids, can you just keep it to 2 rooms? I mean, why have 52 rooms and you know there's somebody with no room? It just don't make sense to me. It don't. And then these people celebrate Christmas. They got big trees, huge trees, all the little trimmings. Everybody got gifts, and there's somebody starving. And they're having a white Christmas. They're having a great Christmas, eggnog and the whole nine. That's not fair to me. I have no motherfucking fear. I have no fear. I have only ambition, and I want mine, and I will do anything to protect and feed my family. This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a, gimme, gimme, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business, you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme, 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 push, 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 step, 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 crush, crush, crush. If God give me breath for 20 more years, I see myself changing the world. Because my thought patterns are so opposite of what's the norm. Really? So I would have to change the world, or I have to be changed by the world. Obviously, that I have to sidestep my youth to stand up and do some shit that somebody else is supposed to be doing. You understand what I'm saying? There's too many men out here for me to be doing it. Because it ain't my turn yet. I'm supposed to be following behind him getting the knowledge. I don't even got a chance to get the fucking knowledge. I can't go to college. There's too much problems out here. I don't got the money. Nobody do. And I feel like if you walk by a street and you was walking on concrete and you saw a rose growing out of concrete, even if it had messed up petals and it was a little, you know, to the side, you would marvel at just seeing a rose grow through concrete. So why is it that when you see some ghetto kid grow out of all of the dirtiest circumstances and he can talk and he can sit across from you, make you smile, make you cry, make you laugh, all you can talk about is my dirty rose, my dirty stems, and how I'm leaning crooked to the side. You can't even see that I came up out of that shit. And that's exactly the analogy that it is for me. You know what I mean? When somebody breaks into your house and you know he's in the house, you wouldn't go in your real voice, excuse me, are you breaking in my house? You would go, hey, what you doing in my house? It's the same thing that I do. You know what I mean? If you're out in the wilderness and I'm just one sheep by myself, I wouldn't go, I want to say my next song, it's called, I would go, you know, woo, fuck the world. You know what I mean? And that's worked. You know what I mean? And not that it's like a total facade. It's me, but it's just blown up. Being like, why not? They ain't gonna listen. They have to listen to somebody. I didn't listen. I didn't listen till I came here. Bad people was telling me, watch out, look out, signs up ahead. I said, yeah, I got this. You know what I mean? I hope they listen.
Don't underestimate the youth of America.
Oh no, I got mad props in them. I was one of them, but I'm just telling you what's real. You know what I mean? A hard hand make a soft behind. It took 5 bullets for me to stop and see what was really going on. No, I didn't. Immediately, I was like, ah, man, I know how it's gonna be when I die. It's gonna be no noise. You're gonna hear people screaming. I'm fade out.
So I hope you enjoyed that beautiful clip, and I hope the audio played out very well. So, high value, what is value? That's the first thing I want to ask. What is value? And if we're talking about life, when I think about life and I think what are valuable, I think about survival, qualities that can help us, not the material. So I'm new to this whole entire high value man, high value woman, because I didn't even know what this was until I start hearing all this trending about high value this and what high value is. And I'm like, what I heard, it didn't seem like those were true qualities that were valuable. In order to consider someone as a high value, they have to have qualities that are valuable. Value is something that that has worth. So if somebody who has a whole bunch of materialistic things, how is that valuable if push come to shove, things were to just drastically change for the different? Last year was the year where we had to go into a period where we had to separate from each other. And it showed a lot of people that anything can happen at any given moment and it can change. There's really were no control on anyone's part on what we could have done to prevent it or anything. And that is the idea I want to implant into people's brain is just like that happened, there can be anything that can happen just like that coming forward. I mean, prices are inflated. There's a whole bunch of floods. There's fires. There's a plague of mouse. I forgot what country. I think it was in Russia or Germany, one of those countries. And it was just, you see a lot of things shifting around in the world. And it make you think like, okay, well, this is not a time period for us to be putting value on our materialistic things. It's the time to invest into our knowledge, our skills. That to me is true value. Because if tomorrow we wake up and the world is saying, hey, okay, nobody can go to the grocery stores because everything has been contaminated and everything like that, right? Hypothetically speaking, this is just an example. What will we do? Have we been taught how to grow our own vegetables? Have we been taught how to grow our own fruits? What about our herbs? What about just to have plants? Have we ever grown a plant? Take care of a plant? Saw the process of the plant? Watching how nature is so beautiful? There's so much great qualities that we can add to ourselves that doesn't require anything that's materialistic. You know, I was watching a video the other day, and this is what a question I want to ask a lot of people. Do you know how to filter your own water? Okay, yes, we can learn how to grow, but do you know how to clean water? What if we had no water? What if we did have water, but the water was only just murky water, dirty water? How can we clean that to drink it? You understand? I watched an amazing tutorial on a man who listen, black man. I'm so proud of him and his platform. He's an older man. I think he's like in his either 40s or 50s. But he looks younger than that. But I'm going to say that age because he's up there. But he looks a little younger than that. So this man only spent $20. How many of us have spent $20 just at McDonald's? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? What we put our money and our time into is what is going to help us in the long run. So the man literally turned dirty, like pond, lake water into clean, drinkable water. Those are value. And this is just a young girl's opinion on what I see as valuable. Everyone is entitled to live their life however they want in a fantasy world they want to live in. But in reality, when it push come to shove, what true qualities have you added to yourself that can help you survive? BBLs and breast augmentation and breast lift and no surgery and 1,000 cars and 20 million homes and all those things. But you ask those people, do you know how to grow anything? Do you know how to filter anything? Do you know how to build anything? Have you ever farmed? It's no one's perfect. So we're living in a time where a lot of people are learning to do these things. And there's a group of people who've been doing this long time. And there's a lot of other people who are in the farming areas and they're doing it. But me, in perspective, these are things that I think are amazing qualities that we should all practice, even if it's one step at a time. It doesn't have to be big and major. It could be something as small as just learning the process of nature. The moment you learn the process of nature, you will understand yourself. It's the most beautifulest thing that I have ever seen in my life. I'm like a kid in a candy store when I'm looking at the flowers and the plants and all these things and touching them. And it's like, wow, this is beautiful. And to some people, they'll look at it and would admire it. But you know what? I'm on a whole different area in my life. And things that I appreciate, another person will walk past and won't appreciate. That's okay. But like I said, stop and smell the roses, or stop and smell nature, or stop in nature and have moments with nature and see. You will learn a lot. If you just watch the animals, the birds, the duck. Okay, right here. Other day I saw a duck, right? Duck was like, I was in like in a plaza, and the duck was, and it's like a little area where there's like water on the pavement. So I guess like, you know, it rained, so it left like a puddle. So the duck went into it and started washing itself. And I'm sitting here watching this duck wash itself, and I'm saying to myself, how does duck know it's dirty? How? You get me? Do you ever ask, how do these little creatures know what to do? They know they have to eat, they know they have to sleep, they know they need water, and they know they need shelter, they know they need to be washed. Come on. That's amazing. No one brought them to school. They watched around and saw what other animals were doing and just took on the skills and just be one with life. And that's the beauty of what I really want to open a lot of people's eyes when we're hearing, especially the young girls who are up and coming and they're hearing this high value and they feel like they have to add all these plastic stuff to them and these fake personalities just to look like they're valuable, but it's an empty shell. There's no value there. You cannot pour into anyone's cup because it's a dud. So at the end of the day, I want to be that guidance for any young girl who's on my platform who feels like, oh, because what I see celebrities do, that's high value. Now, our media is in control of a lot of what we see. And that's why you have to pick and choose what you want to be influenced by. So when it comes to yourself, for one, you naturally by yourself without any additives, you are amazing. You don't need that. Go learn how to build an ass. And then, look, you learn how to build, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna give you some free game. You learn how to build an ass, and then you what? You sell it. You teach other women how to build an ass and you sell that. Come on now. Think bigger. Oh no, you gonna go spend that money to get the BBL? Personally, I feel like I'd rather take that money and invest it into something that can multiply times 10. Like, it just makes more sense to do that because I'm learning something. It feels more, I don't know, liberating, you know? It just feels more, I don't know, like certain things just doesn't amuse me. Like, I don't know, you know? Hey, everyone's different. But it just, certain things, I rather choose something else to do with it because it can add more knowledge and I can see it and I can touch it and I can experience it and I can learn, and it's a beautiful process versus, oh, I'd rather take this and go just make my butt look bigger, but then I still have that insecurity. I'm assuming not all people are insecure that gets BBL. Sometimes you have some kids or you don't have no kids and you just booty not there and you want to have a little booty. I understand, that's cool, but a lot of our society, most people do look at it as, okay, well, why didn't you just improve yourself? And listen, once again, you're entitled to do what you want. Society looks at it as, why don't you just improve yourself? Learn how to grow in those areas. It's possible. Just like it's possible to heal yourself. If you are sick and there's anything wrong with you, I mean, there are different ways you can heal any type of sickness on your own without an assistant of a doctor. All you have to do is learn. That's it. That is it. It's not that hard. People make life so difficult, and it's really not difficult. And if your life is difficult or you're around difficult people, then you need to go back to the video, so go back to Friends, and understand that a lot of times when you are faced difficulties, those are distractions. And peep game. Because if it takes you off your path, then it's not beneficial. Sorry. And nobody knows how long they're going to be here, so I don't think it's quite wise to waste your time. But to each his own. Just like I speak the way I speak. I saw a video the other day for the Rolling Loud concert. Boy, oh boy. People were literally smush. Just smush up next to each other. No mask. And I said, wow, look at this situation. It just, whatever you choose to do with your life is your decision. It's your decision. But at the end of the day, when you get a certain reaction from the choices that we all choose to make in our lives, we can't get mad at nobody. Because ain't nobody force nobody. Ain't nobody force nobody to learn how to farm. Ain't nobody force nobody to go to a concert and have fun and probably catch a sickness. And then you're wondering why you don't feel well. And then you go to the doctor and the doctor rack you up with $1,000 plus bill. Like, and then on top of it, you know what I mean? Come on now. So that's just a little side note. So the whole entire thing, what I truly view as high value, or just someone who's valuable. You know, like we put some stipulation on this high value and try to put titles and categories. And I guess it strokes the ego and makes the person feel like, oh, I'm in a group. But why do people need to be in a group? You know, as I'm saying, you can be an individual, but you don't have to always, gravitate towards everything and claim every title that you see, that you feel like it makes you look more better than you really are. But in reality, it's a facade. At the end of the day, value is what you add to yourself, and that value that you add to yourself, how can you use that to help yourself and others? How can you help yourself survive? It's not hard to survive. It's not hard to live. None of those things are hard. Once you sit down, you take the time. Just like how we sit on our phone all day and go on Instagram and go on YouTube and Facebook and all those other social media platforms. Why are we not using those platforms as ways to expand our knowledge and learn something? You want to learn how to sew? Go Google how to sew. You know what I mean? You could sew your own clothes. What if clothes stop selling and we ain't got and we just, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody got a lot of clothes, enough clothes to survive. We just gotta wear the same. We gotta wear the same clothes, okay? Learn how to wash your clothes, hand wash, or build your own machine. Come on now. You see what I'm saying? Learn how to do things. Learn how to live. That is value, and that's just my opinion, what I truly feel is valuable. If you disagree, that's okay. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. But at the end of the day, one push comes to shove and shit gets real, we gonna see who's gonna survive. And isn't there a famous quote, the survival of the fittest? So at the end of the day, we gonna see who took the time out to learn how to survive, and then we're gonna see who didn't take the time out to learn how to survive, and then we're gonna just sit there and be like, yeah. So at the end of the day, we all have free will to choose, but I want to just come on here really quick. I'm not holding up no one's time. I want to come out here really quick and just let you guys know that learn how to do things. You know, I'm seeing so many men are learning to be into the farming areas, and I think that is so cool. I really think that is so cool. And us women, when it comes to true value, right? We are very important, okay? Don't you feel like you're not important. You are very important. The first step to add value to yourself is you gotta love yourself. You can't rush these steps either, ladies, okay? You gotta, it takes time. It takes time, but you gotta also do the work. You can't talk the talk, but not walk in it. You understand? You gotta walk it and talk it. You gotta breathe it and live it. You get what I'm saying? That is what the essence of loving yourself. And loving yourself does not mean putting others down or talking ill about others or wishing bad on others. That's not self-love. That's actually an insecurity. See, when you can sit down and nitpick on another person's life, that's really you projecting about how you feel about yourself. Because when you really love somebody, all you can do is give them love. That is it. That's how you can give them love. And if there's a little criticism that you need to offer to them, positive criticism, then go ahead. But when you are on a whole nother energy and is not good, that's not ladylike at all. Okay? So self-love, love yourself, and treat others like you would like to be treated. If you are in a situation where someone mistreats you, it is your choice to stay or to leave. You can stay and try to speak to them. If they feel like they're not going through one ear and not the other, you have the option to walk away. And males, same thing too. You need to love yourself. Men, a lot of men don't love themselves. I don't care how many cars, how much money, how many women, how many time you go to the gym. A lot of men don't love themselves. They don't. They don't. Because truly a man, my definition of a man who loves himself is a man who knows himself and who's comfortable with being himself on all levels, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Yes, a man who loves himself is connected to God. And I'm not saying that we have to choose a religion because there's an array of religion, but you have to have some connection with God to really say you love yourself. Because how can you love yourself but you don't even acknowledge the person who created you? The person who brought you, the one who wakes you up in the morning, the one who gives you the opportunity, the one who gives you those lungs and those feet and those eyes and those ears and those mouth and those teeth to chew your food and break it down. All of that. You have to acknowledge that. And a lot of men don't want to acknowledge that they have a relationship with God. And I'm not saying you got to pick up the Bible immediately. But what I'm saying is speak to him. Let him know what's in your heart, what's going on in your life, and talk to him and tell him what you want. And then you start acting upon how you want it to go. It's not that difficult, okay? It's not that difficult. So at the end of the day, step 1, love yourself, okay? Step 2, learn skills. Learn skills. Now this is very important, ladies. Let me show you why it's important. The reason why it's important for us and the men too, but this right now I'm talking directly to the women, and then I'll separate to the men. Learning skills. We are nurturers. We in ancient civilization time, we were the rulers. Y'all done forgot. Oh, okay, well don't worry, I'm here to remind you. We were the rulers, ladies. I don't know what the heck wrong with y'all nowadays to the point y'all got the world has gotten so twisted that it makes you feel like you don't have that juice. You got that juice. You know that, right? Yes, you got the juice. You got the juice to shape the world and change the world. You can destroy the world. Yes, you have that juice. So we are natural nurturers, or we're supposed to be nurturers. That's what I'm going to say. We are supposed to be nurturing. Some women don't nurture. They don't know how to nurture. And that's a whole nother video. Okay, that's a whole nother video. And there's reasons behind that. There's just not the traumas and the things they've been through. There are reasons of why certain women can never nurture, and there's a reason, okay? But that'll be another video. I'll create another one so we can talk about that. But we are natural nurturer. We're supposed to nurture the things. We bring life into the world. We take care. You know, that's our essence. That's what we embody. That's what we are. We are the one that brings the life and the love, and just, we make a home a home. If you're the right woman, you make a home a home. And don't let nobody discredit you and make you feel like you not that. A woman brings that to a man. Have you seen a man who's by himself? Man don't look happy. A man who by himself, most of the time not happy. You know why? Because there's no woman around. And so sad. Sometimes some men will settle just to be around the wrong woman just because he wants to have that little bit of the essence of a woman's presence. That's sad. Because that right there is damaging that man's psyche, and he's forcing himself to be in a situation that makes him feel really unhappy. And those type of situations, people tend to forget. You understand that the longer you're unhappy, you know, you start to look older, right? Oh, you guys didn't know that? Yes. When you're unhappy, you ever saw a person who's unhappy? Do they look vibrant and beautiful and or handsome and their skin is glowing? It's like, wow. No, what they look? Drained out, miserable, like they've been through a battle. Exactly. So your mental, your body's breaking down. First is your mind, then it's your body. So if your mind is not in a healthy space, then what's going to happen? Your body's going to start to deteriorate. You're going to wonder why certain parts of your body is not operating the way it needs to, is because you're mentally not in a good headspace. And that is why. And that's for us as women as well as such as men. Okay? That's why some women, they look older than their age. Or some women look younger than their age. And plus it's also skincare and what you drink, what you eat, and all that type of stuff. It all plays a part. It's not just one thing, it's everything. So we got to learn to nurture. So nurturing starts with the self. Then we pour into life. We pour into the world. We pour into our children. We pour into our man. We pour into our family. We pour into our community. That is our position as a woman. Give me 1 second. Let me get my charger. I'm about to die on y'all right now on my laptop. Hold on. Okay. All right. We popping. Okay. So, nurturing. We are here to offer the nurturing to ourselves, to our children, to our men, to our family, to our community. And nurturing not only when I hear the word nurturing, I think of a person who offers, okay, nurturing is two things. A woman who can pour life or speak life or help, because we're all different. Each woman is different and each man is different from each other. Some people are better at speaking. Some people are better at doing a service. Some people are better at planting. So when I say nurturing, I mean you're nurturing different things. You know, if your children are homeschool, take the time out to sit down and learn how to teach them. That's a true essence of a woman and a mother. That's beautiful. Teach them. You know, pick up the book and learn what they're learning. Even if you learned this before, it might have get a little foggy maybe, but learn it again. You know, your man comes home and he's exhausted mentally. Speak to him. You know our men don't like to talk about their problems. They like to have it all up in their head, in their mind, and and ladies, they swear they're gonna have it figured out. They swear they can figure it out. But at the end of the day, two heads will always be better than one. That's the men problem. They feel like they can fix it, but at the end of the day, it takes you longer when you try to fix it by yourself than when you have your woman presence. Then you guys work as a team and it works more smoother. So yes, if your man walks in and he's exhausted, had a long day, ask him what's wrong. Talk to him. You know, any of those qualities are beautiful qualities. You should have something to eat. You know men like to eat. Have something ready. It depends on your job. If you're a busy person, you don't have that schedule to constantly be in the kitchen, that's okay. You guys, well, before it was easy for everyone to go out. Now, I mean, it's kind of weird going out, so I wouldn't really suggest going out or something. But if you can, depending on the day, have some food ready. It could be ordered in or whatever it may be for the kids or everything. You know the person's routine. You know what time they get off. You know what I mean? You know what kind of job they got. You know he come in miserable because he really don't want to be there. At the end of the day, talk to him. Just talk to him. It's okay. You know what I love about Taurus women? Taurus women are so sensual. You know, they're the type of women that they're earth sign for one, and they're into just doing like things that comforts the home. They're almost similar to a Cancer woman, but a Taurus woman has the essence to, she's the type of person like, she will go grocery shopping, right? And she will say, okay, today I'm going to bake my man a cake. She will go there and she will look up all the ingredients what she need, and she will pick up special ingredients to go on the cake. Then she will put love into the cake, and then she gonna bake it, and then it's gonna be beautiful. And then when you take that slice of cake, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a cake lover. Oh my God. Oh, yes. Taurus women, I love just their essence. I'm not saying they're the best of the best, but I'm just saying when it comes to just the essence of the sexual essence of taking the time out to do something for someone, that's the embodiment that a Taurus woman have. And I think that's quite beautiful. You know, and I think a lot of us women, we should do that. If you're in a relationship, you're married or anything like that, take the time out to do the little things. You know, learn your partner, learn how they are, learn what they like. That's a nurturing quality that you're adding because you're taking the time out to learn them. If they like a certain things, offer it. Now, all of us, how can I say? Okay, let me say this right. Each one of you know who you are and how you are. Don't pick up characteristics because it sounds good and you can't be consistent. You understand? That's another thing. You got to learn to be consistent. And a lot of these traits, you got to naturally embody it. And if you don't naturally embody it, you can learn how to embody it, but take one step at a time. Don't try to be homemaker, try to be the perfect valuable person for yourself and for others, and then you're inconsistent and you're here, there. You know what I mean? There's no consistent. One day you're sweet, one day you're this, then you want to, like, okay, I understand listen. Moon cycles, our mood changes throughout 30 days. I get it, okay? I get it. But there's a huge difference between, you could tell a woman who's nurturing versus a woman who's not nurturing. You could tell the difference. You could just tell, okay? So at the end of the day, don't take on a responsibility that you know that you won't be able to handle. Because you're just going to let yourself down and you'll let others down, and then they're going to look at you like, yeah, you knew you never could do that. Why are you trying to be something more than you can? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, take the little small steps. Learn the little characteristics. What was the first thing I said? Conversation. Converse. You learn that first. You know what I mean? Then you can go to the other steps and learn different things, and but most importantly, connect with your partner. And men vice versa. A lot of what I'm saying, except for the cooking part and the essence, I think that's, yes, a man could take the time out to do some romantic stuff, but like I feel like certain characteristics only us as women, we can embody. You know what I mean? We're just good at certain things. So, but for when it comes to the conversation, men, speak to your women. You have to speak to your woman. Let your woman know that how you feel. Like, speak how you feel. If you're having a rough day, let her know you're having a rough day and what's going on. You know? If it's a healthy relationship between you two, do that. If you're in a relationship where you know you can't speak to that person, then you need to go figure out why you in a relationship with someone who you can't speak with. Because it's like, if shit gets real and y'all gotta learn how to survive, that means when the world is burning and things are all chaotic, y'all gonna be arguing the whole entire way. Like, that don't make no sense. Like, that don't make no sense. Because if it's peaceful now, y'all arguing, when shit get real, what do you think gonna do? Argue. Exactly. So that don't make no sense. You gotta learn to create healthy relationships with yourself and with others. Now, if you guys are married with kids and stuff like that, y'all miserable and all type of stuff like that, y'all knew y'all didn't like each other from the beginning, but y'all just stayed around because it was financially beneficial. Okay, let's be real. Okay, because anybody who's unhappy ain't gonna be having kids, marriage, house, everything together, and then you guys don't like each other. Yeah, either one or both thought that it was going to be financially beneficial, and that's the reason why you guys are just stuck together. At the end of the day, if you're that person or anybody who's that, kudos to y'all. That's just ugh. Okay, ugh. I wouldn't even want to spend my time like that. Who, why? Ew, no. That doesn't seem happy. You know, you've been in a relationship, you have married, you have children, and you're stuck with this person, and it's like you guys are not happy. Then you got the kids too. How is that supposed to be a happy home? How you supposed to nurture? Now you faking it because he don't like you and you don't like him, and now you trying to fix it because you guys knew y'all didn't like each other from the beginning. Y'all just stayed around because y'all thought it was gonna be, y'all wanted to help each other survive. At the end of the day, at least y'all stuck together. Y'all better too learn how to go farm. But put both of y'all asses on that. Go out there. Maybe when y'all out there learning to farm together, you guys will learn to work as a team. Okay? All right. So when it comes to the nurturing and stuff like that, please, lady, offer that. Offer that too. Your like I said, your children, your man, your family, your community, do that. But first, start with yourself. Nurture yourself. Learn who you are and what you like. Learn how you can improve yourself. And then when you do, and you have your kids, or you already have the kids, you teach your kids. You have a daughter, you teach your daughter. Let me show you how to go do this. Let me show you how to go do that. You teach your daughter, teach your son. You know, men, you know how to farm, teach your son how to farm. Or even grow. It's not about farming. Just grow something so you can eat if shit get real. You get what I mean? Learn how to grow something. And at the end of the day, it's an easy life when we don't make it complicated. I feel like we make life complicated. Life is easy, man. Look at it. Look at the animals outside. You see them walking around with problems. They ain't walking around with no problem. They eating, drinking, pooping, baiting, building nests. How they learn how to build nests, y'all? Come on now. Peep game. How they learn how to build nests? Exactly. Nature way more important than mankind. I'm being real with you. If all of us was not here and it was just nature and then by itself, it would be beautiful. I mean, it would be nice and the cool, the temperature. I mean, you'll see beautiful plants. You see the birds all flying together. Listen, it'll be magical. But the humans are here, so you know us. We got the cars, and they polluting. And then we got people who are just nasty, who disrespect nature. It's a little side story, y'all, right? So the other day I was driving. And I'm going to start including more of my stories as I talk because it was an idea from one of my clients. She was like, I think you should do that. And I was like, you know what? Let me give it a try. So I was driving the other day and I saw this lady just dropping something out her window, right? And I'm like, what is this lady dropping out her window? So I'm driving, and it looked like sunflower seeds, right? This lady was so nasty, man. So nasty, man. She spitting. Boy, I tell you. Spitting the sunflower seeds out the window as she driving. And I don't know, but I got so upset. I didn't say nothing to the lady or anything like that. I just kept it pushing. But I got so upset because I'm like, you're disrespecting nature. I'm sorry. Now, I've never been a person that was all into nature. Let me get you guys straight, okay? listen, this is a whole new thing which I've learned to appreciate. I mean, it's been a while since I've been appreciating. I've been looking at the birds and just looking at the grass and the trees and just, feeling the air. It's like, wow. Life is beautiful. Look at all these little creatures just living their life. I'm so sad the birds are dying. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but the birds are falling from the sky. Like literally. And then when they go test the birds, their eyes are swollen, their wings are paralyzed. They don't know what's going on. And I was saying, I wonder what's going on. That is why we gotta learn how to do things. So anything happen, we can eat. At least we can survive on just fruits, right? You know that, right? We don't even need meat, y'all. Come on, we don't need meat. We can survive off of fruits and vegetables and some seeds and clean water, shelter, clothes. That's it. Like the little creatures outside. That's it. It's not hard, man. Man, people make it hard. Y'all want it to be difficult. But Steffi ain't gonna make life hard. No. Y'all can go ahead and make it life difficult if y'all want to. That's all, y'all. I came over here and told y'all where the light is at. And y'all want to play around and be like, oh no. I'm gonna go spend that money. I don't know how much plastic surgeries are. What is it, like 6, 10, 20 sometimes? It depends, I think, where you go. Because you can go to Beverly Hills, and I think in California it's cheap to get plastic surgery. I think so. I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, nurturing, ladies. Learn how to nurture. Love yourself and learn how to nurture. And also, when you're nurturing, get in tune with nature. Too. Because when you learn nature, you will learn yourself. You will learn the human body. You will learn everything about your life, the world that you live in. And you will see how beautiful nature really is and how it just multiplies. And all I need is light and water. You know what I mean? It's just the most coolest thing I've ever seen. So, yeah, I just want you guys to open up your eyes and don't be asleep on surviving and living and what true value is. Don't let nobody come tell you, oh, if you got all this and you got the plaque and you got the this and you got the that and you got the bundles and you got the whatever. It depends on the level of whatever you into. Don't get how can I say? Don't get confused, because that ain't where the value is at. The value ain't over there. The value is how can you help yourself when it comes to survival, and how you treat the people who are around you. How do you treat yourself? I think those are true values that we should add. And let me say something really quick before I dip out. Let me show you how a lot of the people who have access to these things, they're prepared for if things get real. Okay? So I was watching this video. It was like 10 doomsday something. 10 doomsday something, right? So it was like a preparation of like, oh, if doomsday were to happen, doomsday mean that the world was going to shit and everything was gone. Like, about to just gone, okay? So the two things that I thought was the most coolest one, right? And this correlates to what I'm talking about. Learning true value, which is what? Surviving, learning real skills, learning how to do things. That is what it is, right? Okay, so I learned that in Antarctica, I believe, they have a seed vault. Like a seed vault with about 2.5 billion seeds. You see what I'm talking about? They way more prepared than us. But nobody wants to ever listen to that and see the games that the world plays. We might not value that, but they value it. 2.5 billion seeds. And a lot of these seeds, I think they said was, don't quote me, y'all. I think 30,000 years old, at least one of them, or some of them, or 13. It was a few thousands that old, the seeds. And that's the beauty about seeds. You can store them. And they don't go bad. I don't think so. I'm learning about seeds, so I don't know. But, you know, I'm assuming they don't go bad, because if they got it for that long, I don't think they go bad quick, okay? So that, I just want to open your guys' eyes so you see that the world, the higher up, the people who got the money to ching, okay? Them people, they got access to this stuff, okay? When stuff get real, you know what they're going to do? They're going to do what they're doing right now. Sell it to you, okay? That's what they're doing to you, selling it to you. And you got to learn how to grow it yourself, okay? Learn those skills. Take baby steps, you guys. Add true value to yourself. Please don't get too mixed up in all this internet and this twerking and I gotta be cute and all this type of stuff. So many young girls don't have a true influencer to say, hey, this is how a woman walks and talks and live her life. You see a lot of little girls in big position, because it don't matter how old they are, even they could be older than me, I still categorize them as little girls because their behaviors. And I wouldn't even say they're little girls, because little girls still don't behave the way they behave. But I'm gonna try. I don't know no other best way to put it. In these positions, and then you see our teens, our kids, they follow, they behave. I mean, I'm seeing girls do the hand motion and then twisting the neck, you know, doing all the extra stuff, and I'm like, I see they do that because this celebrity does that. You know what I mean? Like, they see because a certain celebrity do certain things, oh, I'm gonna do it too. And that's another thing, women. If you are in the nurturing phase, you gotta help your community. Women, if you're a woman and you know that you walk it, talk it, breathe it, and you have duality, you have yin and yang, you have masculine and feminine energy, because you cannot consider yourself as a whole woman if you don't know how to go between it. Either you cannot be too emotional, but you cannot be too masculine. You have to learn how to be both. But meaning that, for example, your husband come home, he's not feeling well, you dive into your feminine energy, you nurture him. If your husband dies and you only have the kids and you have to take care, you dive into your masculine energy and you go out there, do what you gotta do to make sure your kids have a good life, and you teach them the value of everything in life. You see what I'm saying? But you still nurture them and care for them. You see the difference? Some of us, and men too, men gotta learn how to balance out their energies. Some men are too emotional. Okay? Too emotional. And some men have no emotion. Dry as Nevada desert. And then some men are more masculine and some men are more feminine. And that's not meaning your sexuality. It means the energy that you bring. That is what it is. Because you could be a macho man on the exterior, and the interior, you are emotional. That's not balance. You got to understand who you are and how you operate. If you are in a position where you are with your family, your woman, your kids, that's your time to be nurturing and loving to your kids too. But also remember, you're in front of your kids, so you got to learn you still got to show masculinity because they're your kids and you're the man. You understand? You got to learn to speak. Speaking is expressing your feelings. That's feminine energy, but also understanding who and when to express your feelings too, and the level of degrees of it. Take your time. If you're an emotional man, you need to pull back your emotion, learn to be more masculine, learn to do things individually, learn to do things that's not include a group. Because if you're a man who always got to be around somebody, you're a little bit on the feminine side because you want to be a part of something. You got to learn to balance out energies. And these are true examples of high value when you learn yourself. That is what makes you valuable, not only to yourself, but to your woman, or to your man, or to your children, to your family and community. You got to learn, because you're offering these people this embodiment, and that's what makes it valuable. That makes the environment valuable. That makes the environment grow. That makes it prosperous. It makes it abundant. That's why it's fruitful. You understand? So that, to me, is my take on what I think is true value. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream. And I think tomorrow we have, what time is it? Oh, today we got a live later today. And then we will be talking about the world we are in. So this should be an interesting topic too. And I always appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm so sorry, amazing. I'm just seeing your comments. Hi, how are you? I'm just seeing your comment. You know when you come in, you just come in with all these messages. So let me just read real quick. Yup. I agree with you. I agree. Yes, it does. The knowledge do need to be passed on. Big facts. Yup. It doesn't have to be complicated. Yes, they do. Oh, you remind me when you said the vault, right? You right. Also, this was the second one. Let me show you how prepared they are. They got a doomsday plane. Yup. I wonder where that plane gonna fly to. You get what I mean? Where they gonna fly to? They got a doomsday plane that basically it's like indestructible. Nothing can break it. Yup. And the plane not that big, y'all. So I'm assuming they only taking the ones who got the cha-ching ching. So at the end of the day, I want y'all to peep game and stop wasting time and assuming that everything the way it used to be is gonna continue like it is, because we are in a period where things are shifting and changing, and we're gonna see a lot of things that we had access to easily gets a little bit more restrictive. Okay, so at the end of the day, I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather be prepared. I'd rather be over-prepared than under-prepared, okay? So at the end of the day, please recognize when it comes to life what true value is. True value is you. It starts with you. You are the most valuable thing. Yes, you are, okay? So I appreciate you guys so much. And Tribe, thank you for tuning in. Yep. Yes, learn to grow and cultivate fruits and vegetables. Yes. I appreciate everybody that's just tuning in. I'm so sorry, you guys. You guys are just catching it a little late, but there's a replay. So check out the replay. There's a great message in the beginning of this live that I would love for a lot of people to listen to. And if you like this video, go ahead and thumbs it up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. And also, don't forget to share this video. Pass it along into your community. This is step one to show that, hey, you're willing to pour into your community. Allow another person to open up their mind to think about what true value is, and don't get wrapped up in the nails, the bundles, the lace fronts, the BBLs, the cars, the house, all those extra things that at the end of the day, there's only one of you. And at the end of the day, that nail or that bundles is not going to help feed you. You can't eat any of those. I'm just saying, you can't. So, at the end of the day, I appreciate you guys so much for stopping by. You guys have a wonderful night. And till next time, bye.